I've been with the defendant for about 10 years now.
Okay.
We had children probably around my years, about 19, 20.
Okay,
and,
how old are they?
They're 8 and 5. And right now, I'm an artist, Your Honor. That's how I met her. She was stripping.
I'm an exotic dancer.
She was stripping, Your Honor.
I'm an exotic
And that's
dancer.
how I met her. They was playing me in the club, because I'm an artist, like I said, Your Honor.
Oh,
and
you
she's
were.
the one slowing me down with the children.
Okay.
And so, like I said, we've been together for about 10 years now. We got an 8 and a 5-year-old, and she's never there to take care of her.
I'm there for my
I can't
kids.
even do what I
Excuse me, ma'am. Let him speak,
I-
and then I can assure you I'll get over to you. And do me a favor, you're making me dizzy, rocking back and forth. Yeah, I know you're probably nervous. You know, everybody nervous when they come to court.
Yes, ma'am.
And you
Yes.
probably nervous looking at me. So it's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so children are 8 and 5.
Yes, ma'am.
She was working as an exotic dancer. You're an artist. You all live together.
We used to.
Yes.
All right, so hold on.
Sorry.
How long ago did you all stop living together?
We stopped living together about, I want to say, 3 years ago.
All right, and where do the children live currently?
With me.
And they've been living with you for the past 3 years?
Living with. She comes at 2 times of the week, take them to the park. She's taking them to get a kids meal, but I'm the one that's got to deal with the harassment because.
I gotta do it.
What?
Ma'am. What is it with today? Everybody want to interrupt each other.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry, just don't do it. It's that simple.
I got you, Your Honor.
She's coming in with a kids meal, Your Honor, on Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm doing the bond for my daughter on Thursday and getting them ready for school on Friday. And so that's what the problem is. I said, we just can't even stay together no more. That's why I brought her to the court.
Okay, so you're asking for child support. Health insurance. What health insurance do you have for the children?
The partnership broke down due of everyday stress. While Miss Davis feels she's doing enough by taking care of the children on her days off, Mr. Williams feels overburdened. Their difficulties show how parents can reach a breaking point when there are no defined roles. She values her work and independence, but he wants more hands-on assistance without any agreements.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to mom?
Well, the kids are getting harassed in school right now
Why are they being harassed?
because she's stripping, Your Honor, and everybody knows it.
Okay, we're going to use exotic dancer because that's what she said her profession
Thank you,
is.
Your Honor.
And I think out of respect, you should refer to it as what she calls it, okay? It's her career, it's what she does. So that's what we're going to refer to it as, okay?
Yes,
So
Your
the
Honor.
children are being made fun of at school because of what mom does for a living.
Yes.
Okay,
Now, we see Mr. Williams outlining the main problem. He needs financial and other practical assistance to raise the kids. Child support is a legal tool to ensure that both parents share the real costs of school fees, medical care, and other expenses. If Ms. Davis genuinely wants to demonstrate that she is a dedicated mother, making consistent contributions could be the best proof. She seems taken aback, as if her 2 days a week should be enough.
They was playing me in the club. And she's slowing me down, Your Honor.
how's she slowing you down? What you mean by that?
She's slowing me down because she's not taking care of the kids. She's popping
how
in and
does-
out.
But how does that slow you down exactly?
It's slowing me down because I had a career, Your Honor.
Oh,
and
I
gotta
see what you're saying.
I love barbering.
Okay.
But they gonna learn how to barber with me because they up there with me all the time. I
Okay.
need some help. And that's why we're here, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and they go to school during the day, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But on the weekends, they're with you at the barbershop.
Right, she gets them on Tuesday and Wednesday when she's off, but that's not enough.
Just Tuesday and Wednesday?
Just Tuesday and Wednesday.
They don't spend a night or anything like that?
Kids meal park.
That's what you
And
go.
back
Excuse
home.
me. No, that's not what we're doing. You're not going to interrupt anymore.
If I'm lying, let them know if I'm lying.
You're not going to interrupt anymore. That's what we're not doing.
Apologize. I'm so sorry, Your Honor.
Stop apologizing because you keep doing it. Just don't do it. All right. Now,
She know I'm telling the truth, y'all.
is there anything else you want me to know about the facts of this case? Not necessarily what she thinks or anything like that, because that has nothing to do with what I have to do up here.
A fair co-parenting plan requires more balance than just 2 days of work. So if Miss Davis wants the judge to see her commitment, she will need more than just saying, "I do enough." She seems genuinely surprised and caught off guard by how Mr. Williams framed the situation. She believes she's doing her part, but only on her days off. This is where priorities clash. For her, a demanding schedule may work, but it doesn't address who's handling the responsibilities the other 5 days.
Yes, so I am here, not really sure why, because I take very good care of our children.
Well, you do know why. He just said he wants some help. You slowing him down. He can't cut hair the way that he needs to and make the money he needs to because the children are always with him.
They're not always with him. I do get them on Tuesdays and Wednesdays on my off days. That's something we agreed to because I'm bringing
Well,
in.
hold on. Let me just clear something up. Those are only days you get them, right?
Well, like full time. I see my kids all the time, but on full time, from sun up to sundown, they're with me on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
How many
all
days in a
day.
week?
There's 7.
All right, so
However,
you see them 2. So 5 is majority of the time that they're with dad. So,
well, I go over there and I check on
am I
them.
missing some days?
No, Your Honor, you're not. But I go over there and I check on them. But they do stay overnight with him on those other 5 days. I have them on the days that I'm fully off, and I can tend to them and get them the meals that they like and take.
The court affirms that Mr. Williams is the children's primary caregiver, which frequently leads to the other parent having more financial obligation. Ms. Davis's response implies that she wasn't ready to give up some of her income, but this is how these decisions usually work. When one parent provides the majority of the daily care, the other is expected to make financial contributions. Monsieur Davis could feel that this is unjust, even if it causes difficulty for either parent. The children's welfare always comes first.
Truth, because I mean, he's acting like I'm not there for him. He's complaining now. He didn't have any complaints whenever we got
just
together.
established you are not there. They're
Well,
with him
never
5
there, y'all.
days a week.
Never
Excuse me.
there.
Mr. Williams, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told her. No interruptions,
Thank
okay?
you, Your Honor.
No, you don't have to thank me because you've been doing it. So no, that's not what we're doing. It is not to taunt him. It is just to make sure I give him the same treatment that I gave you, okay? Now, he has not been dishonest thus far in what he said because you just confirmed it. You get him on your off days, which is 2 days a week. The other 5 days, they are with him. You do Happy Meals and park. He's taking them to school. He's feeding them. He's getting them dressed for school, getting them dressed for. Are they in any activities?
After school, my younger daughter,
But-
she cheerleading.
But Your
Okay,
Honor,
are
I'm
you
the
taking
one,
them to
but
cheerleading?
I'm providing for them. He's not telling the
Oh,
official
so
part.
let's talk about that then.
Yes.
How much money do you make?
I do very well.
That wasn't my
That's
question.
exactly what she told me.
Excuse me. That I can't write
Sorry,
down
I'm
very
sorry.
well on the child support order. I need to know how much you make in a dollar amount. 180K a year.
Yes.
How much of that $180,000 are you giving dad?
Well, not necessarily giving that, but on my children, because I don't give it directly to him. I take care of my children.
Wait a minute, hold on. The kids are 8 and 5.
Right.
So you got to get it done. So what are you giving him to provide for the kids?
Well, I wasn't giving him anything to provide for the kids. When I check on my kids, I do for my kids, and I buy my kids
What does
stuff.
that mean?
That means like I provide things for them. I do when they're in my care. That's when I provide for them. But
2 days a week in your care, right?
Well, full time.
We've established that.
Yes.
So,
So-
what do you do beyond that?
But as far, I can't imagine giving this man any amount of money that I work hard for. And he talking about this stripper, I'm an exotic dancer, but he didn't have that problem when we got together. And the years that we were together, he wasn't complaining then. But as regarding my children, I take very good care of them. I just can't imagine the hard work that I do. That's why my knee is messed up now, because I had an injury at work. And he knows that. And then he's begging for money. I take care of my children. My
He's
children have
not
no wants.
begging. He is not begging. He is telling you to do what you should do anyway as a parent.
But you're
Your
not
Honor,
here in
the
private,
park,
Your Honor.
Your Honor,
He's
the
trying
park.
to get back with me.
Here,
He does
1 second.
extra.
It doesn't matter. That has no bearing on child support. What he says about you doesn't make any never mind to me. What you say about her, what y'all's conversations are, that has no never mind, has nothing to do with child support.
Right,
okay?
but-
It's not a but. Let me ask you a question because I don't want to derail this conversation in this case because I have some more that I need to get to today. Now, if you're making $180,000 a year, why aren't these children on any type of health insurance?
Well, the profession that I have, there's no insurance offered, and I mean,
Well, it doesn't have to be. You're considered a independent contractor, right?
right.
That means you can get private health insurance.
Well,
Did you know that?
I'm not really sure how to go about doing that.
You can
but-
Google and say to the internet how to find private health insurance.
Right.
I'm trying to see
But
what she
see,
get
but
the
he has
180
his
from.
own barbershop, and through the barbershop, I figured he's complaining.
The problem of health insurance highlights a typical co-parenting difficulty. Despite having a good income, M. Davis has not obtained insurance for the children. Beyond Medicaid, this may appear careless, given her financial situation. But if she's making 6 figures, why would she need public assistance? She may not be aware, according to some. The judge sees this as a basic parental duty that Ms. Davis cannot ignore, even though some may consider it as a means of avoiding more expenses.
Yes, no,
But
it's
Your
not
Honor,
a
he
waste.
didn't
No,
tell
ma'am. No, ma'am. You came here to waste my time. You did come here to waste my time. You make $180,000 a year, and you have not been doing what you need to be doing for these children. You don't pay for cheerleading. You pay for Happy Meals, and
But
I can't even say
he's
you pay for
acting
the
like
park
he is
because
the
the park
best.
is free.
From?
Your Honor, I just want to say, and he's talking about my kids being teased at school and all of that. No, he's the one being teased. He's the one that is brainwashing them to believe this stuff and want to turn my kids against me because I don't want to be with him any longer. That's the ultimate problem. That's why we're here. Because before this, Mr. Williams didn't have any problems with me financially, taking care of my kids, providing.
Your Honor, this
Baby,
is
I'ma
exactly
support
why
you,
we're not
and
staying
you go
together.
do what you need to go do those 2 days a week. That was our agreement. Now you want to bash me and make it seem like I'm not there for our children?
2
How
days
dare
out of the
you?
week, Your Honor.
No, it's not 2 days.
2 days
It's
out
not-
of the week, and
but
she
can you
yelling
tell-
full time.
Okay, but what about that day you had an appointment and I had to watch them?
What about the day you left the kids at the house to go out with your
I would
friends?
never. You know what? See, you always bringing up old stuff. You always going. Your Honor, at the end of the day, I make very good money. I do very well, and he wasn't complaining then, and now he wants to complain now, and I just don't know what to tell him. But our kids is not an issue. They love me dearly. Please tell Your Honor. Please tell her that how much the
Your
kids
Honor, I
think they talk
brainwash
about
them.
me.
I don't have to
In a good
brainwash them.
way.
They already know.
No. They
'Cause
talk
they
about
getting
me
it
in
in
a
school.
good way. They love their mother dearly because I'm there for them. What memories are you making with them? Do they
Okay,
take you
hold
out
on.
to the park?
Hold on.
They love the park.
Here's the memory we're getting ready to make because I made my ruling. You have capped out, according to Texas guidelines, your gross is $9,200 a month. Child support is set at $2,300. You're going to do
Thank
a
you, Your Honor.
reimbursement to Medicaid for $276, making your monthly child support payment $2,576.
How much you pay?
No, that's how
Nah.
much you got to pay.
Thank you, Your
The
Honor.
children live with him.
Although this ruling may feel harsh to Miss Davis, it is the legal result of her limited hands-on involvement. The courts put the needs of the children before personal excuses. In the end, Ms. Davis is ordered to pay over $2,000 per month, which she finds shocking because she never anticipated such a significant financial obligation. However, the judge's decision sends a clear message that if one parent handles the majority of the day-to-day responsibilities, the other must contribute proportionately. You are the one who paid $2,500 and $70, so assess what happened to the celebration. He shouldn't give you any money, Ms. Davis, because the kids reside with him. Thank you, Judge. Do you have any questions concerning the sum, Ms. Davis? At this point, you are your honor judge, so I don't need to hear anything more. Miss Davis? No. Mom Judge. If nothing else comes up, you're both fired and